All right. The last year there was some legislation passed relative to cameras in classrooms, and it was primarily about every school system had to create policy. I believe it wasn't my bill, but policies around cameras in classrooms, and I think the focus of the legislation or the intent was to place cameras in classrooms for special needs children, especially those classrooms with nonverbal children, with the idea being that the children can't go home and tell mom or dad what happened in school that day. And so the idea was, since you're a classroom of nonverbal children, it would give a lot. It would be nice to have the cameras, and I'm using a term that is not appropriate. It would be more than nice. It would be significant if a parent could actually, when they have cause, when they feel like something's array, that they could go look at video of a classroom of these nonverbal children. You familiar with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I've been in touch with my local school system, and they are not objectionable to doing it. What they don't have are funds available to do it. Have you guys sought to? Have y'all heard that? Is this a conversation you're having with superintendents?
I am generally in favor of cameras, period. Not just for the students' benefits, but for the teachers as well.
Well, I'm trying to bite it off in small chunks right now. So, and again, we talked earlier about the federal dollars, and you talk about, you guys being able to give guidance for some of the dollars that are not yet spent. Might that be something that you would focus on a little bit and say, underspent dollars, let's just, again, guidance is not an absolute, but the school systems, and I've talked to several superintendents. I happened to go to a meeting that had all the superintendents, and I think the general issue that they're bringing up is an unfunded mandate. So if we fund the mandate, and I don't know if maybe the funding's already there, or do we need to try to seek that funding. And certainly as we go forward, I'd like to continue that conversation, but it's a little hard to do when I don't know how much funding we're talking about. So is that something you guys in the next week or two could come back and say, if we just focus on classrooms with nonverbal kids, this is how much it's going to cost for the cost of the cameras, the price of the storage of media, etc.
We're happy to work on that over the next week and see what we can come up with.
Okay. Well, that's all I can ask you to do. If you can come up with that, it might be something that if it's a reasonable amount, we might want to either try to push those federal dollars toward the surplus or not.
Representative, I would probably I would share with you that probably some of the questions you're getting from system leaders or superintendents is the funding piece. They're probably not objectionable to it. It's the funding piece. And IDEA funds from the Federal Office of Special Education Programs, we're learning cannot be used specifically for cameras. That is the guidance that we have received from the federal government, because it is supposed to be an additional educational benefit, and so you would have to provide it in all of those classes. So we're happy to come back. We generally support cameras in classrooms, but I don't have that number with me today.
Somebody just put it in front of me.
I saw that
so
in real time.
Yeah, so in real time, I'm getting an answer. It looks like $8 million for those classrooms. So anyway, I think if you would, I'd like to continue that conversation as we go forward with going from an executive budget to a final budget. So please, if you would, I'd appreciate if y'all would look into it, verify the numbers, find out how many superintendents are looking to do this, looking forward to do it, and you said you're for it.
Yes,
so I appreciate it. And I have three moms here of special children who are extremely interested in this topic. They may actually catch you on the way out and have a chat with you.
Caught me on the way in.
Good deal.
Quite passionate, and I want to support them as much as I can, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Bacala. And ladies, thank you all for being here again. I apologize about the public comment period, but that'll be on the 5th. And also happy to hear that you're supportive of cameras. So you heard it. Okay.
That's the second time they've heard it today.
Oh, good. All right. Rep Big.
Finally.
Be brief.